Hello everyone, and it's been a while since I brought an RTA video because it's so hard to make this consistently. So, at least I've been playing for the season, and I'm in Emperor rank. So I'm just going to showcase some games that I played here and just talk through my thinking about it for like any players who are maybe struggling to climb and so on. So my current playstyle, I would say I play flex. I am a mixture between standard when I can play standard and aggro when it like calls for it. But otherwise, most of my units aren't built super fast. I have like 2 or 3 openers built, and I pretty much only use one, so which is aneuo. So yeah, that's just to give a little insight for how I play. So let's talk about this match here. So my current bans right now reflect the same ones as Light or like some other turn 2 players, which is basically Sea Phantom Politis and Luna. Luna is pretty annoying because of her seal and also opens up people to try to cleave me with her. And Sea Phantom Politis does cut off a lot of things. So I did try to ban her. I initially had her out, but I just wanted to... But I was losing a lot, so I tried to lock in my bans something more restrictive just so I can have a little better chance of like winning my games. But let's get into the actual draft here. So whenever Para or Flan is available, I usually like to take both of those. I used to not like having Flan in the game, but after the balance patch I felt like it was a little bit necessary to maybe try to let Flan out of bans and deal with it. So that's the reason why she's out of bans for me, although I really did not like playing into her for a greater majority of the season. So I took Para first pick here, and then he responded with Zio and Flan. And because of the fact that his pre-bans was Valiant Harsetti meaning he doesn't want the RNG BS of Harsetti, as well as he doesn't want someone to threaten his speed maybe. Or lastly, it could try to stop me from picking young Xenia, but I did it anyways because he did respond with Flan. And Flan does have an AoE attack in her kit, meaning she is prone to proccing Yenya on one of the turns. So for that reason here, after he took Zio Flan, I decided to go Albedo, and then after I picked Albedo, right, he responded with, sorry, let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So he responded with DDR and LRK. Now, from this point in the draft, it's like, do I have enough damage? I have picked an opener, I have picked a Soul Weaver, and I have picked a tank. So at this point in the draft, I do not have any damage. So I need something that can help me pull through the match and as well have enough damage. And basically my options are very limited because he has DDR on 3. Because there's DDR on 3, I have to pick something that is able to play into DDR. I can't pick Schneel because if I pick Schneel, then I actually activate LRK more, as well as I'll struggle a little bit into the Flan, right? So I decided, okay, I think I'm going to go for Huayang because Huayang can one-shot LRK at any point in time in the match because he is a light tank, and if I do have my burn or if he doesn't have that much good gear on his LRK, I should be able to kick it and kill it at any point in time. Huayang also is immune to debuffs, so she can play into DDR for the late game and survive. As for Flan and Zio, not the best for Huayang to fight, but with how many options we have at this point in the draft, there's no better option. So we just take Huayang. Lastly, we take Navy Captain Landy, simply only because of the fact that she's immune to sleeps, so she can fight DDR. And although it's not great into LRK, depending on what their last pick would be, I think I would, it could have worked out. I don't think Landy was the best option, but once again, at this point in the draft, I needed damage and I needed something that could play into his top team. So although not good into LRK, if Yenya gets through the draft, he can't keep clicking his LRK S3 because then it will keep proccing Yenya. So that's the reason I took Candy, and he ended up picking Yufine last, probably to restrict my CR, but I don't think I cared too much. So Zio goes first, and pretty much if you don't know, if you hit anyone but Huayang when Huayang is on field, you will proc Divine Vessel no matter what. It immediately triggers her passive. So he decides to hit Huayang instead, which I got a little bit lucky here because I did result in a counterattack. So I chipped off Zio a tiny bit. But I think this turn here is the most important turn of the match, which pretty much made me win this whole entire match here. I decided to press buttons so I can get my team up. And since I have a secondary cleanse, which is Yenya, I could cleanse the DDR, but I don't see myself winning as DDR. When I decided to de-break DDR so I can prepare to kill him when I have the chance to, he Elbrises here. And pretty much that gave me enough tempo in order to kill him. So he lost his strongest team member here, which was DDR, which pretty much says I was going to win. Now he's basically down a unit and his Zeal is not going to survive another turn. He decides to go for the S3 here because, well, he needs the damage. And he gets quite a bit of damage onto me. And I needed to play it really safe here because my Huayang is pretty much close to death. I decided to S1 on Zio here to finish him off. Because if you check the CR bar... If you check the CR bar here, he's at 47. But Zio should be faster than my Huayang and probably faster than my Yenya. So if I don't kill him here, he's probably going to outspeed and kill off my Huayang. Because I have Swift Attack and we have this 20% CR push, I just decided to S1 and we should be able to lap back around. Now unfortunately because of Yufine, of course we can't 100% because our CR is getting restricted. But with both Swift Attack and her 20% S1, we should land around 50%, which is what we did. So he just decides to burn here because he really needs to kill Huayang. And luckily I'm still alive, and once again we're in a really tight spot. So Aero has a defense break on the S1 here, but it's like, do we hit Yufine or do we wait? I did check CR bar here again, and if you notice, Albedo does still have her speed buff, and plus Yenya will take a turn, meaning Albedo should outspeed our Huayang. So I do decide to hit LRK here to play it safe so we don't result in a counterattack from Yufine. Because a counterattack could result in our Huayang dying, which is not what we want. Huayang is our only DPS here, so we do not want her to die. Here I just press S3, it gives us a heal, gives us a push up, that's what we want. And then there's the moment of truth. It was between killing LRK or killing Yufine. Now we do know that Yufine's on Elbrus, but our win condition is probably killing the Yufine. If we kill the LRK, because of the fact we're on a counter Huayang with little to no speed, there's no way this Huayang is taking a turn before this Yufine once we lap back around. Yufine will have trauma on her next turn, meaning that he gets to do a lot of things to my team, probably killing Huayang and maybe killing +1, which probably is going to be my mid, and then from there it will probably be a Peiro and Yenya solo. So Yufine needs to die on this turn if I want to progress in the match, so I go for the risky play here and defense break the Yufine. Because if I kill LRK first, yeah, LRK can die later on in the match, no problemo. It should not be an issue because we have Huayang being on counter set, and if we ever kick again because of Divine Vestal, we'll just immediately kick him. So it does result in a counterattack, which is not what we wanted, but luckily because of the defense break, it does no damage. We rip burn here to kill Yufine, extinct her, and we are pretty much in GG's. We're going to heal up to max HP because we burn, and we can pretty much fight LRK from this point on. So it's pretty much GG's for him. Okay, so we have one more match that I would like to show, and I guess I can show off. This one was a 61 turn game, so I'm just going to show this one. Okay, so he got Peiro first pick, and I decided to pick Flan into Yenya, right? I just picked Yenya because, just for like a neutral pick in a way, and then he responded with ADS DDR, and I just decided to take Schneel. Now you might be saying, he has ADS, he's just going to seal me and then just hit me. I'm perfectly fine with this because everyone on this left side here has immunity set, right? So I actually do not care about this ADS. I don't care about his first pick because he's not going to be able to defense break or seal me on turn 1 and just dual attack me or absolutely kill me out of the bat, So I also take BBK to respond to his picks here, only because once again, maybe we need damage or mitigation, one of the two. I decided to take damage because my BBK is on immunity set. So the Snail was to respond to the DDR, and the BBK was to take damage with like a immunity set damage dealer I have to respond to the ADS once again. So from here, he takes a Miki and Elagos. And I just saw, and while he was like hovering over his picks to pick those things, I was thinking in my head, I need one more thing to help me burst through his team. And it's either a mitigation tank, which I can pick at this point in the draft because I have 2 damage dealers and one of them has to go through, as well as I could pick a mitigation tank. And I was thinking LRK because he does do damage as well as do mitigation, meaning I can break through his team and not care about Paris evasion. And one thing I actually didn't think about, but is the fact that LRK does have immunity for the team, which is perfect into ADS because, well, no, she's not going to be able to seal anything, and it's also perfect into Para because she won't defense break anything. And once again, because of the fact that we have Schneel on 3, his DDR can't do anything to strip off the immunity buffs. So LRK is actually a perfect last pick here to deal damage to his team, and I was just going to end up banning last pick, which was Elagos here, because if Elagos gets through, he just shoots Flan, or maybe he shoots Yenya, I don't know which one. He probably is going to just shoot Flan, and I lose a damage dealer. So let's go through the match here to see the decisions I make. So if you look at turn order here, his whole entire team is ahead of me, which is kind of a little bit annoying, but once again, as you see, we have a mini set on everything. Because we have a mini set on everything, I do not care about what he does on the first couple of turns because, well, he can't do anything to me. Yeah, he'll get some damage off, but he definitely won't seal me, he definitely won't defense break me. So I think he starts targeting the Schneel here because once Schneel is dead, he can pretty much do whatever he wants with DDR. If I remember correctly, I think he does try to proc the Schneel. He does it anyways, if I remember correctly. I don't know why, but he did it anyway. I think he timed out because I don't see a reason why he should have done it. So Minisec just goes back up. So, on this turn here, I'm thinking, hey, we're going to lose a mini set off this turn because ADS is next in line. We need to kill this ADS. And he has even 1 soul ready, and maybe he press S3 to gain this soul, right? If we press S3, yeah, we'll get the fixed damage, but oopsie days, I didn't mean to click that. But, let's see, what turn was it? This turn? It was this turn here. Oh yeah. If I S3, I'll get the fixed damage, but we're still on the first line of fixed damage because we never used the skill yet, right? So we're only get 4k damage, which is, we want to kill this. And if we miss because of the evasion, we're not going to get the fixed damage. So I decided to skip out on getting defense buff for my team and just run down the Archdemon as fast as possible, because just to prevent ourselves from getting sealed. So I do S1 into ADS instead of S3ing. We did miss, unfortunately, but once again, our plan does not change. We're going for damage, so we S1 again into ADS. Or I S3. I actually don't remember what I did in this turn. Yep, I just S1. And we actually get a nice stun on ADS at this point in the draft. Our objective does not change. We S3 into ADS. We want it to die. If this thing is dead, we do not have to worry about getting sealed. If we don't have to worry about getting sealed, we literally have a full advantage over him. He does decide to go on Flan here just to get some extra damage. And I do not S3 here. I S1. Oh wait, I S3. Holy frick. That's so risky. But I did kill. That was so risky. Oh my gosh. I guess it was to try to proc the Miki. But either way, we did kill ADS and our objective is now done. So I think we S1 into the DDR, although we're holding DDR hostage with Sneal. It's either DDR or Para. But yeah, we did go into DDR. But we missed the second attack, unfortunately. So we do get double hit by a Miki, but he doesn't have S3 ready because he used it earlier in the match. I really do think that he timed out, because if he had it on this turn, we would have been in trouble. And then practically once DDR is dead, we don't have to worry about our Sneal dying. He did hit here. I do S3 here. This way we can get our heals up. And then we proc S3 here, which gets up our defense buff for Miki, so she does less damage off the S1 hits. As well as we get a little bit more protection. It does counterattack here, but once again, because of the defense buff and being elemental advantage, it's a little bit harder for him to beat through. Now, I think his win con here was to hit my Sneal, but he decided to go in onto BBK because if he misses, he loses the pop damage. So he went into BBK, which I think was the wrong target. He does get a defense break here, but not enough damage. I just kill off Pay right here, I'm pretty sure. And then we just tag Miki. And then we win. I do really think that he should have... He misplayed twice in that match, and I feel like the first turn he did time out, which is kind of the reason why we won that. As well as the second mistake he made was definitely not ripping S3 with a Miki into my Sneal. If he had done that, then he would have had... It was his only win con. He needed to kill something, right? But at the same time, because I still had Immortality on BBK, it probably would not have happened. Anyways, that was just some of my thinking for the drafts. I haven't recorded one of these in a while because it's so hard to like upload so many RTA videos so consistently. But that was just my thinking for the RTA matches I've done. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.